Hi, it's Dr. Margo Aura Emami of RAMD, and I am on day 2 of my Get Healthy, Get Fit week. So I'm also on day 2 of the Prolon diet. I did one AccuFit treatment yesterday and a Forma treatment to my abdomen, and today I'm going to do an AccuFit treatment on my glutes, and I'm going to go through a little bit of what I get to eat and start my day with. So I'm going to start with that beautiful nut nutrition bar, which is going to give me plenty of energy to get through my morning, and it really does give you plenty of energy. I did one yesterday. Yesterday went great. Day 1. Day 2, I'm going to start with that again, so it's quite delicious. And then you also get an assortment of herbal teas. We try to avoid caffeine on this diet, but 8 ounces of coffee is okay as long as you don't add sugar or creamer to it. And then my vitamins are provided, so I don't need to take anything extra. I can just take these. And then for lunch this afternoon, we get a nice minestrone soup and the olive mix. And then for dinner, before dinner, I get another little snack with the olives. Why? Because these are really good, healthy fats that are gonna keep us in that nice fasting mimicking state. And then for dinner, we're gonna have a mushroom soup followed by a little chocolate crisp bar. So that is what the day's food consists of. And then there's another really important aspect that starts on day 2 that we didn't have on day 1. And that is what's called the L drink. Now the L drink is concentrated and you do it based on your weight. So you're gonna pour the contents of this based on how much you weigh, and that's all labeled on the back. So you just pour out how much it is depending on what you weigh, and then you throw away the rest into that Prolon bottle that they give you. It's a 32-ounce bottle. You fill the rest with water, and you're gonna consume that throughout the day. Now, why do we do that? That's because this is glycerol based, the L drink is, and that's gonna help us maintain our lean muscle mass. It's gonna protect our amino acids from breaking down, and it's also gonna keep us hydrated. So you are allowed to have an unlimited amount of herbal tea and water. We just don't want you having any sugar drinks or artificial sweeteners or excessive caffeine. So one common question is, can I do the Prolon diet on my own without actually doing what's in the box? Just kind of make it up on my own. And I would say, although that's a great idea, no. Because every bit of food in this diet is put together in a way to trick your body into thinking that you're fasting. So it's done really precisely. That's why the days are labeled as they are, and that's why they tell you what to eat when you should eat it to get that effect. So it really can't be replicated by doing it on your own at home by substituting things. I mean, you might just say, well, it's just tea and soup, but it's actually not, because all the ingredients are very specific micro and macro ingredients that are formulated to give you the exact nutrition that you need while your body thinks it's fasting. So that's the answer to that. But once you're off the 5 days, if you want to do a heart-healthy diet or a Mediterranean diet or a longevity diet, that would be preferred over just a random standard American diet. So I'm gonna give you a little tip for doing the Prolon that I've learned in the past when I've done it. It's really, really helpful if you have a good support system when you're doing this, and I'll tell you why. Because you're on a very particular diet and it's very doable, but for example, last night I went home and my daughter was making chocolate chip cookies. And I said, oh my gosh, I can't smell freshly baked chocolate chip cookies in the house and then have them sitting there on the counter while I'm doing the Prolon diet. On day 1, that's gonna be just set up to fail for sure. So it really helps if we have a support network, our family involved with us to support us so that we can really be successful with this. And Prolon understands that you need that support as well. So when you open your box and you get the little insert leaflet here. You can scan this code here that says Fast with Friends, and it will actually connect you to the Fast Nation network so that you can talk with other people going through the Prolon diet and you don't feel like you're on your own. I also encourage, if it's possible, to do it with your family. So the first time I did Prolon, I did it with my husband and my daughter. We all did together, and it was really successful because we were all on the same page. Now, if you can't get everyone to do it, or you have children that are young, so it's not appropriate, totally understandable. As long as you can get that little extra support so you can get help and not feel like you're just struggling, it'll be a lot easier to do because it really is quite doable. I mean, the food, I really like it. And as long as you get your timing down, that works. So the second tip I'm going to give you is do the diet kind of the way you would have your natural diet. So for example, I don't usually eat before 9 a.m. Sometimes I don't eat breakfast until 10 a.m. My body's just not used to eating that early. So I don't force myself to eat that bar at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. I eat at the time that I would normally want to eat my breakfast. The same thing with my lunch. I usually have a later afternoon lunch, and my dinner is usually more around 7 p.m. So I stay in my natural cadence and my natural rhythm of when my body feels like eating. And that's another good successful tip. And then I'll give you one third tip for today. And that is one of the times we really want to kind of snack or eat is late at night when we're watching TV or hanging out, and maybe everyone else has gone to bed and we're feeling like, oh, I just want to have a little snack or some potato chips or a little treat or something like that. And we're tempted during those late night hours. So what I found during this diet is that I just go to bed a little bit earlier. Maybe I just read my book in bed at night. I take myself out of that kitchen environment where I might be tempted to snack during those later evening hours, which would cause me to sabotage myself. So those are my 3 little tips for today, which is make sure you get support when you're doing this diet, number 1. Number 2, make sure that you're eating during your natural cadence. And number 3, stay away from the temptations of those later evening hours by either turning a little bit earlier or just taking yourself out of that environment. Now, I'll also say if you have a big event coming up or parties or things like that, you don't want to be doing the Prolon diet where you're going to have to be doing a lot of social engagement where food is involved. So pick a week that's kind of like an off week or a quiet week for you where you're able to do it. I'm doing it at work. I'm not having any problem doing that. I just pop the soups in the microwave and it's quite easy, and I feel great and energetic, so not a problem. But remember, this is a medically supervised diet, so it's not something that you're going to do on your own. You're going to make sure you have your physician, or in my practice, I supervise it for my patients, and Prolon also will give you support as well. So day 2 for me, things are going well. Doing AccuFit on the glutes later tonight after I'm done seeing patients, so I'm excited about that. And then I'll just keep you posted day by day until we finish this week of getting fit and getting healthy. And as promised, I'm going to be getting a little glute workout without going to the gym. So I'm going to be using AccuFit. So yesterday, as part of my Get Healthy, Get Fit week, I did my abs, because who doesn't want a 6-pack abs? And today we're going to be doing the glutes. Now, AccuFit is really, really amazing. There are 8 electrodes. They're all numbered, so you know exactly where to place them. And it is direct muscle stimulation through this little unique patented vortex. And that is going to really be able to work the muscles out in the same way that you'd be working out in the gym, but with almost 70,000 repetitions, much more than any human could do. So how does this do that? Depending on what you want to work on, the arms, the back, the legs, the abs, or the glute, you just dial in the program. It's going to work you through 4 sets of exercises that are specific to that area, just as if you were training in the gym. And the unique thing about this is you can dial in the intensity of the treatment for each side separately. So say you have one side that's larger than the other, or you have one side that needs to rehab, or maybe you're dealing with a pain management issue, which this is also FDA approved for. You can really tailor it for not just the body area, but also the different sides of the body where there might be some asymmetry in strength. So this is going to build strength, stamina, endurance, and muscle tone and definition. So you're going to feel better in your workouts, stronger, more efficient, and you're going to look better and the muscles are going to be leaner. So I'm very excited to have this as part of my Get Healthy, Get Fit program. I'm going to be doing my sessions every 48 hours. So that's the minimum amount of time that you can space them apart, and I'm doing that because I want to get as much in as possible in my week of kind of just jump starting my fitness for the summer. But they could be done twice a week or even once a week depending on your schedule. So if you can't do them 48 hours apart, it's not a problem. If once a week is as often as you can get in here, that's perfectly fine. It's a 30-minute easy, no prep, no downtime, no pain, no soreness session to get you in shape